Ulster against Munster is a rugby rivalry which dates back almost 150 years. It's always one of the most eagerly anticipated games of the season. And the latest instalment of this inter-provincial showdown is live tonight across the BBC.
Well taken by David Humphreys. Tyrone Howe. Oh my goodness, Ulster are going to get a try. Brian Walsh is in. Great try by Brian Walsh. Cork Constitution and Ireland A, 7 3/4. Match it, Humphreys. Drop it, goal. And he's got it right between the posts. John Hayes, the 19th score has made it. Terrific score by the man they call the Bull. That's a fabulous kick by Ronan O'Gara. He's putting the ears back. He's not going to let this one go. Bonus point, try time for Ulster. Courtesy of Ruan Pinar. O'Connell has to give it, and he does give it. And it's going to be a try for Peter O'Mahony. Here goes Little. It's going to be a bonus point for the Ulster. What a finish by Rob Little.
Nobody at home for Ulster, and it's arrows for a second. Long way past the Ballacoon. They might not need a penalty. They're not going to get Ballacoon. Oh, what a score by the big fella.
Well, Ulster lost a derby to Connacht last week, but tonight some of their Ireland World Cup players, including Stuart McCluskey, return to bolster the team, which will be captained by Tom Stewart. Munster too have a couple of their big guns back. They're the URC champions, of course, and come to Belfast, where they won this fixture last season. The game is close to a sellout, and the fans are expecting an exciting head-to-head tonight. And kick-off is 7:35 between Ulster and Munster here at the Kingspan Stadium. Well, there's already one game being played in the URC this afternoon. Zebra Parma are currently leading the Sharks by 12 points to 10. As well as this game tonight, it's Cardiff against the Bulls. Tomorrow, Benetton host the Stormers. Osprey face Glasgow Warriors. It's Scarlets against the Lions, and Edinburgh are at home to Connacht. Wrapping up round 4 on Sunday is the Dragons against Leinster. And with 3 games played so far, Ulster are in 7th position on 10 points after winning their first games against Zebra and the Bulls and picking up a losing bonus point against Connacht last weekend. Munster are second, unbeaten after 2 wins and a draw, 1 point behind the leaders, Connacht. Well, good evening. It's Friday night under the lights. No better place to be, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by 2 former Ulster players, Tommy Bowe and Robbie Diack, 2 men who know all about playing in a big game like this. Tommy, just how important is this derby for both of these teams tonight?
Yes, I think that we all get so excited, particularly with an interprovincial derby, but it doesn't come much bigger than Munster at home on a Friday night in the Kingspan Stadium.
Stephen, it's huge. I think, you know, the experience that these players have gained over the last couple of weeks in France with the impact Ireland had on the World Cup and on world rugby and the way that they're playing at the moment.
Well, Tom Stewart, the hooker, is the Ulster captain tonight, and earlier this week I caught up with the try-scoring machine. Okay, you mentioned the Ulster coach, Dan McFarlane. Let's hear from him. He's talking to Gavin Andrews.
Dan, how special a night is this for the hookers?
Yeah, like Rob Herring, obviously becoming the most capped player in Ulster's history, and
we can't wait. The fans can't wait. It's the first Friday night head-to-head of the new season. It's one of the biggest games of the year. Ulster against Munster. Enjoy in the company of former European Cup winner Tony McWhirter and Jim Neely.
Well, good evening, Stephen. Nice to see Robbie again, and always Tommy Bowe. The temperature has dropped considerably from a couple of weeks ago, but no worries at all about this brand new pitch. Ulster made a couple of changes in the front row. The skipper, Tom Stewart, comes back in. Glenn McGrath is in. A new second row partnership, and Cormac is a Chukwu and Kieran Treadwell. And in the back row, well, David McCann and Nick Timoney both play their 3rd game in a row of this season. Good half-back combination. Billy Burns joining Nathan Doak. In the centre, Stewart, McCluskey and Moore, and 2 international wings in Ballacoon and Stockdale with Ethan McElroy at fullback. Munster made just the 5 changes again. They're captained by the man in the middle of the front row, in this case Dermot Barron. promising youngster from Cork, and Doug Bowe in with the finishing victory, and a tidy enough back row with the high-scoring number 8 Gavin Coombs. Casey and Crowley back from World Cup duty. Nankivel and Frisch, the Frenchman, and lots of pace in the wings with O'Brien and Nash and Daly at fullback. Frank Murphy, coming up to 40 years of age now, his 79th game, former Irish under-21 and Ireland A scrum half, played for Munster, Leicester Tigers, and 104 times for Connacht.
Just wait to see if we've got time.
Always welcome at Ravenhill, providing, of course, according to the crowd, he gets it right. So Ulster,
okay,
from right to left, all in white, their tradition and garb. Munster in red and white, waiting to receive. Frank Murphy blows the whistle. Billy Burns swings the leg, and that's popped it down into the Munster 22, where it's nicely gathered in. And a good forward drive by Munster. Had a very iffy start to the season with a rather surprise draw, but the last 2 games they have been most impressive. Here's Casey. Good scrums as far as they can.
Yeah, they sure do, Jim. Good evening, everybody.
First scrum.
Classic derby. Strong bench for Ulster. Well, I think we'll see it unleashed quite early.
Thanks very much indeed, Tony. So not that much between them. Ulster will be relatively happy with that scoreline, which reads Ulster 8 and Munster, the champions, 14.
Well, Tommy Bowe and Robbie Diack have been watching what's been an absorbing, entertaining first half, and probably one, Tommy, that Munster deserved to be in front.
Yeah, I think so.
Robbie, Tommy, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, Stephen. Munster came here less than a year ago and came away with the spoils, but they haven't managed to do it, and they've lost a second game, or a first game of the season. Ulster have won for the 3rd time, and this should take them to the top of the table. And it's Ulster 21 and Munster, the defending champions, 14.
Tommy Bowe, Robbie Diack, wow, what a defensive performance by Ulster at the end. Let's hear from the man of the match. He's talking to Gavin Andrews.
Yeah, the BKT player of the match is David McCann. Tom Stewart, the captain, will do the honours, hand over the medal. Well done, boys. David, what does it mean to come away with an Interpro win against Munster here in Belfast?
I mean, it went to the death last week and disappointing, so just this week it's great. Like, great defensive set there, and I think we deserved it. We came out on top, so brilliant.
Okay, let's take a look at the United Rugby Championship table. Makes good reading for Ulster, 2nd in the table, just behind the Bulls, who have had a win this evening as well. But Ulster ticking along very nicely. And Robbie, as you said, Ulster at times tonight, made a lot of errors as well, and perhaps made harder work of it than they actually should have. And it's about cutting the errors out. Yes, this was a win tonight, very importantly, but it wasn't a perfect performance.
It wasn't perfect at all, and I think,
Absolutely, and next week, of course, we've got Ulster against the Lions here on BBC Two. Robbie, Tommy, thank you very much indeed this evening. Ulster winners in the interprovincial derby against Munster. Hope you enjoyed the programme from all of us here. It's bye-bye.